Good day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the burst mode but completing it with a Majin Buu Saga team. Now this one's a little bit harder than the Mastered Evolution for me. Maybe it's because the roster doesn't have as explosive a DPS as the Mastered Evolution, where you can use the tech LR guards. But realistically, this one's a little bit tougher. Now, team-wise, you're going to obviously be kind of rolling with either a full Goku's family team, which is possible. In this case, you can add in the modifier that reduces damage received from N-type units to boost your score even further. And the tech Goku's family team is pretty good. It gives you the ability to use double Goburos. Double Goburos is very solid, huge damage dealer once they get going. However, I only suggest doing it obviously if you have the Goburos, just in general. Then, of course, alongside that, we also have the ability to use the Majin Buu Saga team under Vegeta. So Majin Vegeta is probably the nicest lead for this. Generally speaking, you don't need to use any free-to-play characters, but you probably could. However, I don't really find any that are openly necessary. I think for the most part, this team has enough variable options. I would definitely suggest taking Goburos if you do have them, or using them as your friend lead. It does feel like that is the best point of call. It'll get you the best results. Now, the actual process of the Dokkan event itself, or the burst mode event I should say itself, is pretty straightforward. Once you have your team, essentially you have to choose a pathway. For this team, you can choose anyone that isn't Naturon's Shenron, sorry, Rage Shenron. Rage Shenron is the one at the top left, I guess. The little one, the little pink one or little fat one, whichever one it is. You can avoid him. He's a physical type unit. Generally speaking, probably gives you the most difficulty. The best one to go for is Oceania Shenron, but ideally none of it really matters. They're not too hard. What you want to actually focus on is getting the energy. So it's more important that you pick up as much ki as possible, as many ki tiles as possible, because we have the depleted ki modifier, along with also not having the greatest linking team. And you definitely want to get some ki, and hopefully it falls to the Majin Vegetas. That would be your number one priorities, and maybe Gohan, the Mystic Gohan, secondary. But yes, aim for the key tiles. It does help out a lot. It is very, very important. And then, yeah, I won't be showing the fight against Nova and Ice Shenron. It's just not really necessary. But other than that, you should be good to go. And you should be able to get the victory done with relative ease. Now, Sin Shenron, who eventually turns into Mega Shenron, isn't too difficult. The physical phase is relatively straightforward because you are just facing the physical Shenron. There's nothing too crazy here. He lowers your defense on his super, but it's not anything too wild. Your Vegetas will tank perfectly fine, and generally speaking, you're all good to go. If you're running the Goburos team, then that team will also be fine. But generally speaking, you want to let the Goburos build up as much attack as possible during this phase. So prioritize them attacking as much as possible if you are using that team, because you're going to need their damage for the second phase. Now, in the second phase against the Strength Omega Shenron, things are a little bit more difficult. So the things that make it so difficult are the fact that the Omega Shenron can lock your characters in place. This is obviously a bit of an issue because it removes your ability to have some level of control, and it's quite annoying. Now, it's not guaranteed to happen, so it's not a huge train smash, but it can proc, and that can cause you some issues. For example, if you have any unit that gains a lot of defense on super, like how I have the tech SS2 Otherworld Goku, you're going to take a lot of damage if they get supered or attacked before they can get off their super attack. So I highly suggest you can't really do too much about it. It's a little bit of RNG. It caused me to lose 1 or 2 rounds. I did have to run the Majin Buu Saga variant about twice. Well, twice and then win on the 3rd time, because of the fact that I kept having the wrong units kind of getting supered before they supered. It's just one of those things. Obviously, you can change up the team to try and accommodate that as best you can, depending on your units. It's just going to depend on you and depending on your units. But for me, overall, this team did fine. I definitely feel like Mastered Evolution is slightly better, so if you want to take a look at that, please do. I'll leave a card to it in my video. But yeah, that's basically it from me, and that's both burst modes done. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any more queries or any comments or need any help. But otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, as always, take care, stay safe, and thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So as always, thanks, take care, and bye.